Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into part 2 of the video. I appreciate all the support I got on the first video. It meant a lot to me, the 64,000 people who ended up watching it. But I'm here to make a part 2 to give you guys an update of what I've got going on, so I want to get right into it. So last time we left off, got the car down to my grandparents' where it was going to be working on. And the best part about this car has got to be the history. So getting into the history of the vehicle, Dominic Balgarella bought it brand new in Grand Rapids, Michigan at Goodwin Pontiac in Grand Rapids, Michigan. He walked around the corner and bought it brand new as a quarter of a mile from his house and bought it at Goodwin Pontiac. I'm including some pictures in the video to show you guys. I contacted the Grand Rapids Public Library to get some pictures, and here's some shots inside the actual dealership. And here's a picture of what it looked like probably when he bought it. So he bought it brand new, and he did not skimp on it. He bought top of the line for 1951, the Pontiac Super Deluxe Catalina with a lot of the options. Only a couple of the options weren't purchased. He was a highly decorated Marine. Marine in the Battle of Frozen Chosen in Korea, the Battle of Incheon, or Incheon, if I'm pronouncing that right. Here's a picture of him clearing out some houses. He received 2 bronze stars, a silver star, highly decorated Marine. And it means that much more to me that I got to, I'm getting to restore a vehicle for a Marine with some great history behind it, and the fact that I have, original pictures of where it was bought. So the history of this car is the reason that I'm really thankful to be doing it. So I'll show some clips of the progress I've made, and I'll get into it later of what I've got done. That wasn't bad. Okay, that wasn't. So we started taking the car completely apart and organizing all the chrome. Here's my fiance helping me with it, and just basically getting everything pulled apart so we can tear it down. We're doing a frame off restoration, getting a rotisserie purchased, so just tearing it all apart. Here we go. Yeah, get a close in on that. Wow. That's just solid rust. This was all under the seat. So just in case anyone doesn't know, this is my first time doing anything restoration work on a car. So taking it apart, getting the body off, it was a huge deal for me. I didn't know. I just basically watch YouTube videos like Gas Monkey Garage, stuff like that. So I took the frame and got it sandblasted. Here's some pictures of it after it's sandblasted. And I'm going to say I'm by no means a painter, so you guys are going to be watching this thinking, what is this guy doing? I have never painted before. I went and bought the Harbor Freight Black Widow and thought to myself, I'm going to give it a try. So Had the frame sandblasted, and I painted it. I'm not quite sure what I used to paint it. I think it was tractor paint or something like that. But this is me spraying it, and I ended up doing the frame, the rear end, and the leaf springs. I ended up buying new leaf springs for it because the old ones were trashed. I'm restoring the rear end, the original rear end, and the frame was in decent shape actually. No major rust, but yeah, here's my attempt at painting. So here's some pictures too of how it turned out. I painted it outside, so this is not a professional job. Once I had that stuff painted, I ended up basically tearing down the front suspension entirely, steering, suspension, and disassembled. And luckily, I've got a family friend who has a sandblaster in a shop, so I had everything sandblasted, brand new parts purchased for it, and we ended up just basically replacing everything. I mean, everything sandblasted, getting every inch of rust off it. I spent a lot of time in the sandblasting booth to get them nice and clean. So here's some pictures of the progress I made, and basically none of this was stuff I had ever done. I didn't even know what the components of a steering linkage were. So I got to learn about the car, which is great because I could probably take it apart and put it back together without any help at this point because I've done it all. But so once I got that all completed, I got all the front end painted. We ended up tearing down the rear end myself, which people told me pay someone else to do it. It gets super technical, and I thought to myself, if once I learn once, I'll know how to do it. So this is what it looked like when I got it. It was out of fluid or gear oil entirely. So tore it all apart, changed all the bearings, and basically bought new parts for it. And this was all a learning experience. This next picture, we basically had to light the bearing on fire because we couldn't get it off, but. Basically cleaned everything up and put new bearings in it, pressed new bearings into everything, put it back together, and basically started putting the frame back together. So we got the front end, the front suspension put back on. Those coil springs are tricky. I have never done anything like it, and I know they're pretty dangerous. So we strapped it to the ground because the place I was working at it actually used to be a body shop. So got everything put back on, and then we had to put the rear end together. And that was just about as dicey too, as sketchy. And but luckily we have a high-low forklift we can work with. Got everything put back on, got everything bolted back down, and then I basically had to set the body back on the frame because when I took the body off, I didn't brace anything up. So one of the quarters is completely gone. So what I needed to do was put it back on the frame, tighten everything down, and get it braced up, which you can see in the picture here I did, to be able to get it on a rotisserie because I'm taking this thing, I mean, the floor pans are shot in it. So I'm going to get it on a rotisserie, but I had to get it welded up, so endoskeleton put together, which I didn't know how to weld when I first started, and my welds still are terrible. So here's a picture of the rotisserie I purchased, and here's a fun picture too for you guys of what the place I dragged it out of and all the stuff that was in there not too long after. But here's a fun part. Finding parts for these is so tough, so we went out and picked up I picked up two 52 Catalina, Super Deluxe Catalinas, and a 51. All of these were going to get junked, so I bought them for parts. Tried to salvage as much off. Here's a picture of me and my buddy picking our first one up, and here's the second one we picked up. Basically, salvaged all the parts I needed off them and sold off the rest, so that way they didn't just go to the junkyard. But yeah, some pretty fun cross-country road trips out of these, and here's the 51. All the body components are the same. Most of the stuff is the same. But, yeah, we made sure to salvage just about anything or sell it to other people in the Pontiac community who needed parts. But yeah, you'll see right here, here's what they look like after we cut them down and took everything off. I mean, I'm taking just about anything I can off it. So here's the cars going. They eventually went to the junkyard, but I've still got the cream 51 yet. I've got parts on, but I'm keeping the original engine, 51 Super Deluxe engine, and I'm starting on the body work. I've never done body work, never done engine work, so I'm trying to get the body off the frame here. That's where I'm currently at, is trying to get the frame out from underneath it so I can get this thing on a rotisserie, which, like I said, I've never welded, I haven't done anything. So here's some pictures of Super Deluxe Catalinas I found, 51. But anyways, my goal for the vehicle, my goal for this car is to make it, I mean, just about the best thing you could buy. Every option you can think of. I've started collecting NOS pieces, just about as good as you could make a 51 Pontiac. That's my goal for this, and I want it to basically be what he originally intended on purchasing. So please stay tuned if you guys like the series. I'll try to record more videos for part 3, but that's where I'm at with it. I'm starting on body work, and I appreciate all of you guys sticking around. If you want to see progress, subscribe if you'd like. If not, no problem, and feel free to like the video. Thanks for stopping by, guys, and I appreciate all the support. Take care.